What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And if y'all looking right now like, dang, this seems like a different background, that's because it is. Because I am not at my house right now. Right now I am cat sitting. All right. I told somebody I would cat sit for them. I would come through, every other day or something like that, spend a little bit of time with the cat, make sure the cat eat and stuff like that while she goes on vacation, all right? I know some of y'all are probably watching like, but Alex, you hate cats. I do, but this is someone who's helped me down in multiple different ways before, so, just returning the favor. I'm not a big fan of cats, all right? You probably will see this cat because cats don't respect personal boundaries. So at some point, he's probably going to make an unannounced, unprompted, for no reason entry into this video. So y'all might get a chance to see the cat because I would not be surprised, all right? But that's why the scenery looks different, but I still like this aesthetic. That's why I picked this spot to shoot. And I want to talk about, because none of that's what I'm supposed to be talking about, I want to talk about Iyanla and why she left her marriage after 14 years, because for some reason, this is making its rounds around the YouTube streets. And anyone who knows me knows I have a high level of respect for Iyanla, so I actually wanted to hear this reason my damn self. Like, why did you leave a 14-year marriage, But I wanted to hear it from the shore so that I could break it down all the way and I wasn't hearing half the story, because people love to take clips and run with a clip, all right? And before I even get into this breakdown, I kind of didn't even want to do this video, but then I was just like, this is an important topic. We talk about relationships, so let's talk about this. But before I talk about it, I do want to say Iyanla did just lose a daughter. R.I.P. to her daughter. R.I.P. to her daughter. We hope that she's okay, and our thoughts and prayers are with her. I want to say that. Now, what we're talking about has nothing to do with that, but I still just want to say that before we get into the video, all right? But either way, you guys know I don't like to waste too much time, so let's get straight into it. We're going to see why Iyanla thought it was a good decision to leave a 14-year marriage, all right? Because she was already 50-something years old, so you're going to have a hard time convincing me how it made sense to leave a marriage when you plus 50. I mean, what the hell? At this point, you planning for retirement. Life's about over. What are you going to do? You about to go back to the streets at 50? you going to go shake that saggy ass around? Like, what are you doing? I'm just confused. What you going to go and put those old powder breast milk titties out and puff that breast milk in everybody's face? I mean, what are you doing? Those varicose veins? Are you done hit menopause? You can't have no more kids. So I don't understand, like, why even put someone through that at that age? I don't get it, but maybe she had a good reason, like I said, all right? So we're going to hope she had a good reason. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our reaction, because like I said, I don't like to waste too much time. Let's get it.
I just ended a relationship, a 14-year relationship at my age. You know why? After 14 years, I recognize he don't love me the way I want to be loved. I just don't want to be loved like this.
All right, so right off the bat, we can stop already. After 14 years, you realized he wasn't loving you the way you want to be loved? All right, I'm going to try not to black out. Listen, ladies, videos like this, statements like that, is why y'all have a hard time getting married in the first place. Because someone's going to have to explain to me how you got with a man for 14 years and at the age of 50 plus, all of a sudden decided, you know what, he's not loving me the right way, so I'm going to skedaddle. What? First of all, you go through a relationship period before you even get married, all right? So you go a relationship period, you get to know each other. That's when you're supposed to establish if this person's love language is the same as yours, or if they're loving you the right way in the first damn place. So you got past that, got to the point where you got married, stayed together for 14 years. You trying to tell me you woke up all of a sudden at 50 plus years old and just said to yourself, he's not loving me the right way, so I'm going to go. You either capping, right? Or he was never loving you the right way. And if he was never loving you the right way, what the hell did you marry him for? And why did you stay there for 14 years? See, now I got to question your ulterior motives. So what was it? Like, did you just not like being alone? You didn't become okay with being alone till 14 years later? You wanted more children? You wanted a certain dream house? You know what I mean? Or like, what was it? Because the thing with Iyanla is she was married before this last marriage that she ended after 14 years. So unlike with most females, which is another reason why it's hard for y'all to get married, because a lot of dudes already know, a lot of y'all just want to get married so that you can have your dream wedding. It's a fantasy land for a lot of y'all. You can have your dream wedding, then you can take your ring, and you can fluff it in the face of all the girls who never got married. Then you can use this man to either buy your dream house or go 50-50 with you on your dream house. Then you can extract his seeds so you can have you some kids, take some photos on holidays and matching outfits. Then when the kids get to be teenagers, you can just dispose of the guy. Because that's what this seems like. This doesn't make any sense to me. How do you just come to a conclusion after 14 years at 50 plus years old? That you're like, you know what, I don't want to do this marriage thing, I'm good off that. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm expecting you to give a reason. See, here's the thing about women, and it's funny because I have a video coming out on this, but women will tell you all day men don't know how to love or that men are incapable of love. But I'm going to tell you something about men. Men understand love more than women. Let's be real with you. They don't. Women don't know nothing about love. All they know is how you make them feel. I say all the time, women don't love you. They love how you make them feel. See, now we're about to get into the real gems. Because the only thing that could have changed after 14 years, this man not loving her no different. Men operate in one mode, right? For as much as women try to convince you men change up, they really don't. I guarantee you, every woman who's saying a man changed up on her, she has friends who would tell you that they was telling her to leave that man alone. She has family members who would tell you that she was telling them she was told to leave that man alone, and she decided to ignore those flags because he made her feel a certain way. What I personally think happened here is whatever feeling he was giving Iyanla for those 14 years went away one day. And when she should have really thugged it out, she decided not to. Me personally, I think the only reason you would leave a marriage is if you're being abused in some way, shape, or form, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially. If somebody's taking advantage of you or abusing you in those ways, then I think it's fine to leave. Otherwise, I think you guys went before the Lord and promised to stay together forever. Why would you do that if that's not what you planned on doing? Again, you 50 years old. You ain't got that much life left. I understand what I mean when I say that, guys. Average life expectancy now is about 82 years old. So she got 32 years. So I'm not saying it in a literal sense. I'm saying it in a sense as far as romantically. Why not just make it work with it? I mean, again, unless he's driving you that crazy, but she didn't say he was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive. She just said he wasn't loving me the right way. Which going back to what I was saying about women not knowing what love is, right? When men talk about love, we talk about tangible things, right? And we show our love in tangible ways. A man decides he loves you, right? A man falls in love with you. So he goes, okay, I'm going to provide for you because I love you. I'm going to protect you because I love you. I'm going to commit to just you, which goes against my biological nature, right? And urges because I love you. See, we can put tangible things behind it. I'm going to have kids with you because I love you. You guys get what I'm saying? Women don't put nothing tangible behind when they say they love you. It's not me being an a-hole, it's just me being honest. They be like, oh, I love you. Okay, well, what does that mean? What do I get? What comes with that love? What's your idea of love? Because women will say, well, love isn't any material things. Because guys like to say, I always say, love is duty, right? Because my granddad, who stayed with his wife until they both passed away, they died a week apart from each other, would always tell me that love is duty. You have a duty to your wife, you have a duty to your kids, right? So women don't like transactional relationships. They also don't like the term that love is a duty. But if you just go off of a feeling, this is what happens. 14 years, all of a sudden, you don't feel the same way, and now you want to leave. See, you felt a duty to your husband, a responsibility to your husband. You guys follow what I'm saying? You wouldn't do that because it would be your duty to stay there because you promised that's what you was going to do. But when you're going off of a feeling that can change at any time, at any moment, then that's when you make these types of decisions. Nothing tangible. Like, even in most of the time in relationships, this is why it's one of the biggest gems I give guys. When women try to tell you what they're going to offer in a relationship, most of the time it's still not tangible. Or I'm going to love you by doing what? Because chances are they was giving you cheeks before they said they loved you. Probably was in a relationship with you before they loved you. You guys understand what I'm saying? So what are you amping up here? Probably was cooking, all that before they decided to love you. What's the tangible thing that I'm getting? Or I'm going to make you better. How are you going to make me better? I'm going to add value to your life. By doing what? This is why I tell you guys, a woman needs to have a direct purpose in your life, or you need to assign her one. Because otherwise, they'll just hit you with a bunch of intangible things. Oh, I love you to death. Then after 14 years, I just wake up and then, nah, not anymore. You're the only man that means something to me. I would never want another man besides you. Then all of a sudden, after 6 months, oh, well, there's this other guy over there. This is what they do. Everything's on a whim. Nothing's tangible. Because they don't feel duty, because they don't feel responsibility, right? This is why they initiate divorce 80% of the time. Now, it's funny because I actually seen a comment on that video where a woman even said, just because your grandparents stayed together, it doesn't mean it was a healthy relationship. They couldn't get divorced. Divorce wasn't an option. So they stayed there anyway. Well, let me tell you something. Since divorce has become an option, women still utilize it 80% of the time. It ain't us utilizing it. We the ones who can't love, don't understand love, all this other nonsense, but you're the one coming in with non-tangibles, can't even define what love is other than a feeling. It's unconditional, but you always getting divorced. It don't compute to me. It doesn't compute to me. We ain't the ones giving up. I'm not the one here giving up. Like the song, y'all is consistently giving up on a marriage you asked for, if we're being honest. Same thing with kids. We need to have some kids. We need to have some kids. Then you give them the damn kid and they get postpartum depression. I'm just saying. But anyways, let's continue with the video and see what else she had to say.
I just don't want to be loved like this. See, I don't get to tell people how to love me. I get to see how they love and then choose if I want to participate. So for 14 years, I was hoping, okay, he's going to get it. 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 And then I said, you know what? He ain't getting it. And it's okay.
So here's my thing. So this proves my point. He was never loving you the right way in the first place, right? Y'all just heard her say it. I sat here for 14 years hoping he's going to get it, hoping he's going to get it. Now, notice at no point does she ever say, I told him what he was doing wrong. I told him how to love me. According to her, I can't tell anyone how to love me, which, listen, I don't believe you could tell anyone how to love. But you can tell people how you like to receive love. And if that person loves you, they'll work on trying to give you love in a way that you can receive it. All right? That's what they'll do if they love you and if they care. They will try to work on giving you love in a way that you can receive it. All right? You guys get what I'm saying? She didn't say a word. She sat there for 14 years. I guarantee you that man, he loved her. He probably thought everything was fine. She sat there for 14 years, didn't say a word, and never loved this man. This video proves a lot of what I told you guys before. Because who is the one who constantly told you guys that women don't even like you half the damn time? Oh, Alex, that was you. That was me who said that. The hell with love. Women don't even like you half the time. They tolerate you. Why? So that they can have their wedding, so that they can have their dream house, so that they can flip their ring around, so that they can have some babies, so that they can have sex. And do y'all realize a lot of women are in a relationship with their boyfriends? Their boyfriends, not only is their boyfriend not even their main choice, literally the only reason they're even in a relationship with them is so that they can have sex unapologetically and not feel like hoes. They don't like that dude like that. He's just a buck. He's a buck. Women got two different types of relationships, right? A dumbass buck who can't do nothing but lift weights and blow their back out, or sell drugs and blow their back out. You get the point. Or they got a simp who can't blow their back out, but he'll marry them and he'll give them kids and he'll take care of them. And usually this is why they use the dual mating strategy. They'll marry a simp and then have a buck to blow their back out. Because they're not patient enough to wait for someone who could do both. You understand what I'm saying to you? And a lot of the times, again, similar to what I said before, a lot of times they don't like you. Damn sure don't love you. They don't even like you. They just like how you making them feel in the moment. And this is what I meant earlier when I said, what's the ulterior motive here? Because at the end of the day, 14 years you was with this man and he was never loving you the right way. That's what you said out of your mouth. So why were you there 14 years? Maybe it makes sense to me. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm missing something. Y'all write something in the comments that I might be missing. Because I don't understand it. Why were you there 14 years? Why'd you even marry him? I waited around 14 years for him to rub me the right way. I don't believe that that's the reason. There's something he was doing, supplying, saying, a way he was making her feel that made her ass sit there for 14 years. And selfishly, knowing she wasn't being loved the right way and knowing that this was going to ultimately happen, she stayed there anyway. And this is why a lot of dudes don't want to marry y'all. Now, in Iyanla's case, the dude would be fine because she makes money. She ain't got to take half of nobody's nothing. But my thing is, imagine being this guy and you in a relationship with a regular-ass woman. And the reality is, no matter which race, men on average make more money than women. So guess what would have happened to you? Half. That's what would have happened to you. Why? Because she feels different. And, ladies, help me help you. You know what I mean? Because I'm out here trying to tell these brothers. Now, I know how to vet. I have plenty of friends who are in successful marriages and stuff like that. I know how to vet. I know what you need to look for. But help me help you. Please stop making it seem like it's okay for women to just go on a whim with how they feel and just leave. Throw everything away and just leave. You're not helping your case. That's all I'm saying. I expected a little bit of a stronger answer for someone like Iyanla, who I actually have a really high level of respect for. But let's see what else he said to finish it up. Now, I get what she's saying, and I do agree. I tell people all the time, whenever you end a relationship, the first thing you should do is look at yourself before you look at them at all. Figure out what you can fix, what you can improve, how you can become a better person. Control your controllables, right? Can't control what no one else does. All you can do is be the best husband you can be or the best wife you can be, right? I agree with her about that, but she didn't do that. She still can't give a real reason why she left them. And that whole conversation, she gave no real reason why she left. Other than he never loved me the right way. And it was that's okay. That's okay. Then when did it stop being okay? If he never loved you the right way and you was okay with it the entire time, why not just, again, you 50 years old. Why not just stay married? What's the point even going through the process of getting divorced? What are you going to do in these streets? What are you doing? I don't get it. You get what I'm saying? This is why I say duty. Love is duty. Love is duty. You feel a duty to someone you love. You have a duty to your kid. Again, it's like the famous line in Fences. The son says to him, he said, "Daddy, you don't love me." No, you don't like me is what he said. You don't like me. He said, "Like you? I don't have to like you. Do you have food to eat?" Boy goes, "Yeah." "You got a roof over your head?" Boy goes, "Yeah." "You go to school?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You think I do all that because I like you?" No, actually, he said, "Why do you think I do all that?" And the kid goes, "Because you like me?" And he goes, "No, because it's my duty because you're my son." Let it breathe, run it back. He said, "No, I do it because it's my duty because you are my son. It's not because I like you, because I owe you, because I'm the reason that you're here." Now go on now. Now, he never said the words, "I do like you," because the word "like" was just, they were trying to basically draw a contrast between how men have a hard time discussing their feelings. He loved his son. You understand what I'm saying to you? But what he was trying to get him to understand is, I am doing all this to you because you're my duty, you're my responsibility. That works better. Do not let women convince you that that doesn't work better. Because if you feel like that, you know what? It doesn't matter if this kid's getting on my goddamn nerves. It doesn't matter how I feel. I owe this kid because they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. So I'm going to do what I got to do for this child. That's the attitude you need to take into marriage. That's what they mean when they say marriage is work. Doesn't matter if I'm not feeling this person right now. Or they don't give me the same feeling. They're not loving me the right way, that I'm not even communicating what that way is. What matters is I stood before God. And I said, I'm going to be with this man for the rest of my life. Don't come in my damn comments on something, "Well, I don't believe in God." Then what the hell did you get married for? The point is, you promised God, you promised the state, you promised your friends and your families, and you took a vow. So you got to at least have respect for God. Because again, why not? Why you get married on the Bible? You don't got no respect for God. Take a vow, and in your vow, you said, "Till death do us part." You ain't dead. And ain't nobody trying to kill you. Again, someone abusing you physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially, I understand you leaving. And I'll put sexually in with physically, personally. I understand you leaving. But if that's not taking place, then I don't. Straight up, I don't. Do your duty, do your job, stay with your wife, stay with your husband, find a way to make it work. At least exhaust all options. But this whole thing women got, man, they should have never gave y'all divorce. All y'all do is abuse it. Honestly, it's the same thing with deletions, which is another conversation, so I'm going to cut that short. But women treat deletions of babies the same way they treat marriage. I don't feel like having this kid. Get rid of it. This ain't the right situation. Get rid of it. That's why there's so many deletions every year. Hundreds of thousands upon millions. Hell, there should be a duty there. All right, you know what? This might not be the world's greatest situation, but at the end of the day, I wasn't raped. No one assaulted me. I was being irresponsible. I need to man up, put my big girl bra on, and do what I need to do. In the majority of situations. But instead, you got that fix it quick switch. I'm going to just get divorced. I'm going to just get deletion. If you give women a fix it quick switch, they're going to use it 9 out of 10 times. Till they can't no more. Can't give them that. You can't give them that. It's like a kid. When they lose the game, what do? They start the game over. Why? Because they haven't matured enough to take a L yet. So, that's my thoughts on that. Again, y'all tell me in the comments if I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. At no point in that video did she give me a good reason for leaving her husband. I don't understand what the reason was. Wasn't a good one to me. But either way, that's my thoughts on that. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.